we continue to remember America's nicest judge, Frank Caprio. Frank Caprio, Frank Caprio. Frank Caprio, known to a lot of folks as the nicest judge in the world, has died after a long and courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. Never met a dozen or a person like you. You're amazing. I can charge her $50, or I can charge her nothing. What should I charge her? $50. $50. Okay. Is your mother guilty or not guilty? Not. I love you. I love you, too. I love you, too. I love you, too. I love you, too. Thank you. I love you. I don't have it in me to ask you for any money, and I'm going to dismiss the tickets. Thank you. Can I give you a hug? Come on up here. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Judge. The defendant in front of Judge Caprio is Victor Culla, a 96-year-old man facing charges of speeding in a school zone. Mr. Culla, you are charged with a school zone violation, bank pot. You are charged with a school zone violation, which means that you were exceeding the speed limit in a school zone. But Kayla wasn't the type to go that fast, for no reason. And what the 96-year-old explained next brought the entire courtroom to tears. I don't drive that fast, Judge. I'm 96 years old, and I drive slowly, and I only drive when I have to. I was going to the blood work for my boy. He's handicapped. You were taking your son to the doctor's office. Yeah. I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer. You are a good man. You are a good man. You are you. You really are what America is all about. Here you are in your 90s, and you're still taking care of your family. That's just a wonderful thing for you. The judge then asked about his son's age. How old is your son? 63. And daddy's still taking care of him, right? I only drive when I have to. Yeah. After that, Judge Caprio pointed towards someone sitting in the back. You see that young man over there? That's my son now. He's looking at me saying, Dad, when you're in your 90s, you're going to be driving me around. You're setting a bad example for my kid. You're putting a lot of pressure on me. But what was the judge going to do about Kella's case? Listen, sir, I wish you all the best. I wish the best for your son, and I wish you good health, and your case is dismissed. Good luck to you, and God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Kella and Judge Caprio went on to become friends, and even appeared in a cooking show hosted by the judge's son. I want to tell you something. Best people I ever had in my life is the judge and his son and his guest. Everybody was fantastic. I'm really speechless. Caprio dismissed the 96-year-old speeding ticket after hearing his story. But would a grieving mother with multiple offenses receive the same mercy? I'm just really having a tough time. You're like in the case of Andrea, who had 5 unpaid tickets when she appeared in Judge Caprio's court. You have 5 tickets that go back to 2004, those mil cinco, and 2006. Can you prosecute those tickets? No, Your Honor. Not from 0405. We won't even have copies of those, Your Honor. Those matters are going to be dismissed. I wasn't aware of them anyway. I'm sorry. Well, thank you. The issue isn't whether you are aware of them. The issue is whether or not they were placed on the vehicle, and they were. Then the judge went over the tickets that were still active. Then you got a ticket on Friendship Street in 2008. That was a parking meter on Friendship Street. That's going to cost you $25. Then you have a parking meter in 2014 on Friendship Street. It's going to cost you $25. While the fines were small, they started adding up pretty quickly. So far you doing pretty good, because all you got is $50, and now you have 4 parking tickets. Are you talking about the most recent ones? Most recent ones, right. Then Andrea explained why she got one of the parking tickets. And her story was heartbreaking. The one on 11. I went to Social Security because they had cut my check because my son was recently killed last year. So they got my check because he had owed money. Oh, my son was killed March of last year, right? So I was his rep. So they took my money because he had owed money. So I had to go to Social Security to fix that matter. When I came out, my eye had a ticket. While she was battling with grief and money problems, Andrea was slapped with another ticket. Then another time on the 5th, the pocket meter wasn't working. I have the picture for that. On 14, I was at court because my landlord was trying to evict me. So, I was at eviction court. Come out. I got a ticket. The landlord managed to evict Andrea at her lowest point. Mind you, he won possession of the apartment, so I had to move. So, I got a ticket. He won possession of the apartment. She just couldn't catch a break. Then I get another one because I tried to go to the legal services to try to get help to fix this. I go get some change out of Dunkin' Donuts. Come out. I got a $100 ticket. Judge Caprio, who had been listening intently the whole time, finally spoke. What was the situation with the mix-up in Social Security with your son? My son was killed last year. March of last year. They said that he owed $75 of overpayment from May of 2016. Mind you, he was already deceased at that time. So, what they did was they stopped my whole check until I went in there to fix the problem. So, when I came out, I had a parking ticket. While the judge was considering how to navigate Andrea's case, given her circumstances, she filled the silence with more of her story. I've had a tough year already. I'm on SSDI. I don't have $400 to give you on top of whatever else. I really do. I just had to come up with money for a new apartment. I'm still paying Russell and Boy for my son's funeral. I don't know where this money is supposed to come from. Judge Caprio was still deliberating when Andrea spoke up once again. I wish I would have got my brother that night and he wouldn't have killed my son. That's why my son's gone. And I'm just really having a tough time, Your Honor. Andrea's words have moved the judge. I think we can all express a sympathy to you and understand the trauma that you have experienced. He told Andrea that he was trying to reach a fair verdict. I am going to take all of the circumstances that you just have, explain to me into consideration, and see if I can balance the equities to protect the interest of the city and take into consideration, the horrific story that you just told us relative to your son. I don't think anyone in their lifetime would ever want to experience that. So, it's the worst feeling in the world. I feel so empty. Then, Judge Caprio announced his verdict. I am going to reduce this to $1.50. How much time do you need to pay it? I have it on me now. Despite a $350 reduction, the fine was still significant for Andrea, who had only $55 in her pocket. All right, that's not going to leave you without any money, is it? I'll leave it with $5. Thank you, Honor. I'm not going to leave you with $5. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to dismiss everything. Thank you. All right, with our best wishes and hope that things turn around good for you. Okay. Good luck to you. Good luck. Andrea was having a tough year and got a much-needed break from Judge Caprio. But how did the judge react when his defendant was a fresh immigrant? I am not speak English. I am speak English Arabic, like the Alares family that came to America as refugees from Syria. Good evening. Good evening. You want to get close to the microphone? Get close. Yeah? I am not speak English. I am speak English Arabic. Okay. My daughter help me. Hi. Now you're going to help us out with your mummy? You're going to talk to your mummy in your language. Okay. Judge Caprio read the charge for the little translator. Tell your mummy that she is charged with speeding. After telling her mom that she had a speeding ticket, the translator added in Arabic that it was probably because of her dad. Now ask her if there's anything she wishes to tell me, and tell her to speak into the microphone, and then you will tell me what she says. Okay. This name, she said she doesn't know what the rules is, so that's why she doesn't understand. After that, Judge Caprio asked if Mrs. Fars had an explanation for the speeding in a school zone. Tell her she was speeding in a school zone. And is there anything she wants to tell me about that? She said she was going fast because I was sick. So that's why she was fast. That's why she went fast, 'cause you were sick. Mom, Then the judge called the little translator to his bench. "Okay, come up." "Here, okay. Now, tell us your name." "Masa." "And how old are you?" 8 years old. "And where do you go to school?" Greystone Tiger." "What is your favorite subject?" "Math." "Math. That's excellent. What do you want to do when you get big?" Be a doctor." "A doctor." "She going to be a doctor. We're going to need her." Okay. Then Judge Caprio gave Mara a chance to judge her own mother. "Did you hear your mother's explanation?" "Yeah, you heard it." "All right. Now, what do you think of that explanation? Was it a good explanation? Was it just okay? Or is this something that you think is worthwhile of consideration? What do you think?" "I think it's just okay." "It's just okay. She don't think your explanation was that good. Was Hustokai right?" "Maham." After that, the judge gave her 3 options for the verdict. You could charge her $50, you could charge her half of that, or you could charge her nothing. Now, based on her explanation, how much would you charge her? $50. $50. Hold that. Bang it and say $50. $50. Mrs. Alvarez got no leniency from her daughter, so Judge Caprio decided to intervene. "Would you reconsider your decision? Because she came in here now." "Was your dad here as well?" "Yeah." "Okay. So, your father is here and your mom is here. Taking all of that into consideration, would you reconsider your decision, or you're going to stick with the $50? Recursion. You're going to reconsider." "Okay." Then came the moment of truth. "So upon reconsideration, how much do you think you want to charge her, if anything?" "Nothing." "You want to charge her nothing? Well, then you have to bang the gavel and say, 'Case dismissed.'" "Case dismissed." Wow. After dismissing the ticket, Judge Caprio decided to chat with Mr. and Mrs. Alvarez. "Good evening, sir. Good evening. You have a wonderful daughter here. She's going to be a great doctor someday. She's going to save a lot of lives, and I'm sure she makes you proud. Now, she's going to make you even more proud. But you've both performed a great service raising such a wonderful young child. So, God bless both of you. Good luck to you. Thank you for helping me out." "You're welcome." "Okay." He asked Muhammad about his background and language. "What language do you speak?" "Arabic." "Arabic? Yeah. Maham. Well, I wish I could help. I don't speak Arabic, but I am family and new here." "You have family here?" 3 here in America. 3 years in America." "Yeah, Maham, I'm sorry." "And where are you from?" "Syria." "Syria. Yeah. Where do you prefer?" "You prefer living here? Or Syria?" "I know. Here who?" "Here. Well, welcome to America." "Thank you. America. Thank you. And I love people here very much." "Okay, thank you." Judge Caprio let Mara decide the fine for her mother's speeding ticket. But that's not the only time he let a kid judge his parents. Now, you're going to say, guilty or not guilty. What do you say? Judge Caprio was going through his hearings for the day when he came across an immigrant father with a speeding violation. "I've been driving ERN in Africa before the U.S., so I just get my U.S. license like 6 months ago." "Oh, you celebrated by speeding?" No, I didn't see no speed sign on Harris Avenue for a while." The father tried to argue his innocence. "I didn't see no sign, so I thought that was like 30 speed limits and something like that. But when the cop stopped me, he told me that the speed limit was 25, and then he gave me a ticket and told me that I was driving 35. Judge Caprio asked the man if he had studied the driving handbook that was required reading for anyone getting their license. "Now, you received the driver's license in Rhode Island, right?" "Yes." "And you had to study the book, right?" "Yes, I did." "Yeah, and then did in that book, did you read that unless otherwise posted that the speed limit within the city limits is 25. You didn't read that, CHI. Read that, but there are some other places in the, I think everyone read a Judge. Yeah, I read that. I read the book. That's why The man's excuse for going over 25 had fallen apart, so he tried to win over the judge by explaining his situation. I was with my wife and my 2 babies. They, over there, you know. So, where are they? Oh, bring 'em up here. Come here. You know, I was with all of them. Get 'em up here. I was with all of them. And I didn't feel like I was speeding because I was just following the cars in front of me, but when he stopped me, I just pulled over. I didn't know why he stopped me, but he told me that I was speeding. Yeah, but I was not very looking at my speed when I was driving. What the man did not realize was that he had just offered multiple witnesses to the judge. Were you in the car with him? Yes, I was in the passenger seat. Oh. Did you tell him to slow down? Well, I didn't feel like we were, exceeding too much over the limit. Not too much. No. Like just a little. Yeah, just a little. I didn't know. She found the honest one. After his wife confirmed that he was over-speeding, it was his son's turn. Tu dote, same say hi. Hi, all right. Come up here. Bring him up here. I want to ask him a question. Once the young boy reached Judge Caprio's bench, he was asked to judge his father. Now, we're talking about your father. Right now, you're going to say, guilty or not guilty. What do you say? Guilty. Guilty. That's it, an honest boy. Then the judge decided to pull the man's leg. It's official. You are guilty. No, he didn't understand. Doesn't know what he's saying. In the end, Judge Caprio gave credit to the defendant's good driving history and dismissed his charge. Well, you have a wonderful family. Thank you. I'm going to give you credit for your good driving record back in Africa. Thank you. Okay. Just be careful down there. And you have a very honest young man as well. Good luck to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Judge Caprio was known for showing kindness to kids. But how did he treat students? Hey, I'm a student, and I'm poor, and I'm sorry. A great example was the case of Carrie Hopkins, who made the judge laugh within seconds of her appearance. Can you hear me? I think I can hear me. You're charged with parking during an emergency. What do you want to tell me about this? Well, Your Honor, I heard we were going to get snow. I parked at my friend's house. Where'd you hear that? Who told you? There was informing who's informing. Inspector Quinn. I heard my parents said, we're going to get snow later. Is my step, your parents? It wasn't the meteorologist, was it? It was your parents. Correct. Okay. Right, Hopkins continued her story. So I was unaware of how much snow, and my only option for parking was on the street. I was at a friend's house. You know. Hopkins' car got towed, and the towing company advised her to act like a broke student to get leniency from the court. So, I'm not full-time student at RIC, but I am a student at RIC. And I was told when I got my car back from the towing company that if I went to court, presented myself, and said, hey, I'm a student, and I'm poor, and I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. Spectre Quinn. Right. This is what was the name of the tow company. Wait. Judge Caprio wanted to make a point. What's the name of the tow company? There you go. They were on Thurber's. All right. Thurber's Avenue Tower. Whatever the name is. Right. Yes? They charged you the full amount for the tow, right? Yes, sir. They didn't give you a penny off. Not 1 penny. Right? No, Your Honor. You paid the whole thing. Yes, sir. And then the big shot of the tow company says, listen, you're paying us to fill them out, but go to the court and talk to the judge. she'll give you a break. But Hopkins insisted that she didn't want a break. Not that I'm asking for a break, but I figured I'd take my chances because I can't honestly earn I can pay it. This is twice you mentioned honesty. Now, the more you mentioned honesty, the more suspicious I'm getting. Oh, yeah. It doesn't look good, does it? Judge Caprio asked her to think of any reasons why she deserved leniency. You gotta keep thinking of stuff that's going to help you. Can you think of anything else? No. But the more she talked, the deeper she dug herself. I figured now that you dropped that one course at Rhode Island College, you must have a lot of extra money to pay for the ticket. Exactly. Right? Actually, I can't get refunded for the course because I already paid tuition. But the judge dismissed her ticket anyway. All right, Carrie. Let me tell you how I feel about it. You paid enough money for the tow. I'm not going to charge you anything for the ticket. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Good. Honestly. Honestly? Now. Good luck. Thank you, sir. All right. Bye. Carrie Hopkins made the judge laugh and got her ticket dismissed. But what happens when the judge makes a defendant cry? Like in the case of Christian Ayu, a homeless man who used to sleep in his car until it was taken by the authorities. When they dropped off the car, they left the plate on it. The next morning, when I got there, the car had a boot. I called the person. I didn't buy the car from the original owner. I bought it from somebody else. I am still trying to figure out who is the original owner, 'cause I have no paperwork to the car. There's no title. All I got is a bill of sale. I can't register the car unless I get a title. You never registered the car? No. How long did you have the car? Just a couple days. They dropped it off the next morning. Car had a boot. I stole it 'cause I'm homeless. I live in the car. So all my stuff is in the car right now. All my clothes, all my stuff is literally in the car. Judge Caprio asked the defendant if he knew where his car was. Do you know where the car is? No. Primera. Habe no idea. I came here yesterday. They told we could probably tell you where the car is. Go to the tow company and get the stuff out of the car. All right, but you're not going to get the car back. I won't be able to. No, I have no money unless I borrow the money. But Royo went on to reveal that his car had not been towed yet. Well, I don't know if they told it, 'cause they told me that they were going to hold on until I come speak to you first. Oh. So they haven't towed it yet? No, I don't think so yet. Primera, habe no idea. Yeah, so, no, it's still there then. Your Honor, so Ayo's main problem was the boot, also known as the wheel clamp, that was on his car, and Judge Caprio decided to help him. First of all, I believe you. Okay, and I know when you're broke, and I know when you don't have any money. I mean, the mistake you made was you were driving a car that wasn't registered, had somebody else's plates on it, but I'm going to overlook that given your circumstances in life. I know you're homeless. It's not easy sleeping in a car. I understand that. Then he pointed out another problem that Aljo hadn't even considered. The unpaid fines accrued by the previous owner. There's $290 worth of fines. My inclination is to keep the car registered in Rosario Espena's name, so that whoever that is, they'll be responsible for these tickets, and your name won't be involved. All right. Then he brought up the boot fee, a non-negotiable price charged by the entity that takes off the wheel clamp. Other thing then is for you to get the boot off the car, and that's like a $100 boot fee. I mean, I could try to make a phone call if I can get the money out. I'm not sure. To be honest, the court's going to impose a $100 boot fee. Then came the twist that made Arroyo cry. Boot fee will be paid from the Filomena Fund. You will not have to pay it. The Filomena Fund is a fund named after my mom. It consists of donations that are made to this court for the court to use its discretion to help those people who are in need. So based on that, we're going to use $100 from the Filomena Fund. Appreciate, Italiano. To help you so that you will get the car back. In a way, Judge Caprio helped Royo get his house back. I never had this issue before. This is my first time. My dad passed away a year ago, so I've been tough. It's been tough for me. I understand that. I understand that. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. Hope things work out for you. Thank you. Yeah. Before the morning is out, the boot will be released. Thank you. You'll be able to go and get it. I appreciate it. But there was another case where he helped someone who was down on his luck. How much can you pay? Today, I have 92 cents in my account, and that's Daniel Murray, who appeared in Judge Caprio's court after racking up multiple fines. So Murray, your motor vehicle has been booted. You have 7 violations. One's a red light, one's a school zone ticket, and the other 5 are parking tickets. All right. It's going to cost you $100 for the boot fee, and it's going to cost you $150 for the tickets. But Murray didn't have the money. Just one quick question, Your Honor. Is there any way to, can that be deferred a little bit? I am just in a bit of a financial situation, is why Judge Caprio wanted to reduce Murray's fine to whatever he could pay. How much can you pay today? I have 92 cents in my account. I just walked from East Providence this morning to get over here. Did you walk from East Providence? Yes, Your Honor. Roger Williams App. That's 5 miles from here. Yeah. About an hour and a half. Murray had walked 90 minutes to make his court date, and planned to do the same on his way back. What is it? It's about an hour 35. I'm walking back right now, too. Yeah. So, yeah. It's 20 minutes after you do it. I got my running shoes on, so I'm actually going to hustle. I'm going to hustle back 20 minutes. It shouldn't take as long as it did on the way here. While Murray was able to laugh about his situation, Judge Caprio was genuinely concerned. Can you take an Uber? I have no money. Not right now. Said he's pretty much tapped out. I got a letter this morning from a gentleman by the name of Frank J. Damasio. Just came in this morning, actually, and here's what he said. He says, "Now I am on unemployment due to convict, but I'm enclosing this for your fund. Now my fund is the Philomena Fund, which is named after my mother. So Mr. Damasco, who's unemployed just this morning, sent in $25 in cash. But Murray had bigger problems, like the $250 in parking tickets and boot fees. That's not good for me. I'm going to give it to you." "Oh, thank you. I want you to take an Uber, so you don't have to walk back. I really appreciate that. You don't have to deal." I don't mind. I gotta run anyway, to be honest." "I couldn't take it, Your Honor." "Thank you." "Take it. I will take it." "All right. Thank you very much. You saved me a great deal of time today, Your Honor, and money." After helping out Murray, Judge Caprio asked for something in return. I have other people who sent in contributions. They're coming from all over the world. This is an anonymous, retired Los Angeles police officer from Corona, California, who says, "I want to help somebody who's having a tough time. So, we're going to use his fund and another fund to pay for your fine. So, you're going to be all set. Wow. We're going to release the boot. Wow. Thank you so much. That's more than generous." The judge genuinely believed that Murray would improve his situation and one day be in a position to help someone else. That's only half the battle, right? That's our part. You have to do your part. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. I won't be getting any more tickets. I don't care about you coming back here. That's not what I'm talking about. But you have to help somebody else. Yes. Then he revealed why he had so much faith in Mauressa's character. There are an awful lot of people out there who have similar problems, and you are going to be in a situation to help them. Don't forget them. Yes, Your Honor. I remember that. Remember how you felt, right? Absolutely. So, you have to give back. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Caprio gave Murray a much-needed second chance. But what happened when he encountered a young fan in his courtroom? She'll say, "You are the judge that she saw on TV." "That is Sophia. a 6-year-old whose mother was in court for an outstanding fine. Pretty good English, huh? How old are you? 5. Get up here. Come up here. After calling Sophia to the bench, Judge Caprio asked her a few questions. What is your name? Sophia. How old are you? 6. 6. You got old Jew. Where? 5 she. Just turned 6. She was 5 when she was standing there. She's 6. What do you want to be when you get big? A farmer. A farmer. A farmer? What do you want to be? A farmer. Yes. You want to feed people? You want to, huh? You want to raise food to feed people? That's fine. That's fine. I want to feed animals. You want to feed animals? Well, she has a good heart. She does. And that good heart was about to be put to the test. I have a problem. You want to help me? Yes. All right. Here's my problem. Come ober. Your mother has a ticket. That's $85. Don't you look at her. Look at me. Your mother has a ticket. That's $85. Look at me. Don't look at your mother. Okay. Now, you're going to be honest. Okay. All right. Now, I can charge her $85, or I can charge her something less. So, should I give her a break and not charge her $85? Yes. And how much should I charge her, do you think? $100. And $100, the judge tried to explain to Sophia that she was raising her mother's fine. Well, the $100 is more than 85. So, I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 choices. I'll give you 2 choices. Okay. I can charge her $50, or I can charge her nothing. What should I charge her? $50. 50? Okay. It seems like Sophia wasn't ready to give her mother a break. She's a tough judge. It's a common core. Josh, she is a tough judge. Yes. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. Would it be okay with you if I charge her nothing? No? No? Oh, God! This is not helping me. In other words, you think she should pay, right? Yes? Okay. With each question, Sophia seemed more adamant to make her mom pay. I don't want to shatter her opinion of the judiciary. Maybe primera que ene. His house back. I never had this issue before. This is my first time. My dad passed away a year ago, so I've been tough. It's been tough for me. I understand that. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. Hope things work out for you. Thank you. Yeah. Before the morning is out, the boot will be released. Thank you. You'll be able to go and get it. I appreciate it. But there was another case where he helped someone who was down on his luck. How much can you pay? Today, I have 92 cents in my account, and that's Daniel Murray, who appeared in Judge Caprio's court after racking up multiple fines. So Murray, your motor vehicle has been booted. You have 7 violations. One's a red light, one's a school zone ticket, and the other 5 are parking tickets. All right. It's going to cost you $100 for the boot fee, and it's going to cost you $150 for the tickets. But Murray didn't have the money. Just one quick question, Your Honor. Is there any way to, can that be deferred a little bit? I am just in a bit of a financial situation, is why Judge Caprio wanted to reduce Murray's fine to whatever he could pay. How much can you pay today? I have 92 cents in my account. I just walked from East Providence this morning to get over here. Did you walk from East Providence? Yes, Your Honor. Roger Williams App. That's 5 miles from here. Yeah. About an hour and a half. Murray had walked 90 minutes to make his court date, and planned to do the same on his way back. What is it? It's about an hour 35. I'm walking back right now, too. Yeah. So, yeah. It's 5,000 AWA. 20 minutes after you do it. I got my running shoes on, so I'm actually going to hustle. I'm going to hustle back 20 minutes. It shouldn't take as long as it did on the way here." While Murray was able to laugh about his situation, Judge Caprio was genuinely concerned. "Can you take an Uber?" "I have no money." "Not right now." Said he's pretty much tapped out. After learning that Murray had literally no money, Judge Caprio decided to help. "I got a letter this morning from a gentleman by the name of Frank J. Damasio. Just came in this morning, actually, and here's what he said. He says, 'Now I am on unemployment due to convict, but I'm enclosing this for your fund. Now my fund is the Philomena Fund, which is named after my mother. So Mr. to the Moscow, who's unemployed just this morning, sent in $25 in cash. But Murray had bigger problems like the $250 in parking tickets and boot fees. That's not good for me. I'm going to give it to you.'" "Oh, thank you. I want you to take an Uber so you don't have to walk back." "I really appreciate that." "You don't have to deal." I don't mind. I gotta run anyway, to be honest." "I couldn't take it, Your Honor." "Thank you. Take it." "I will take it." "All right. Thank you very much. You saved me a great deal of time today, Your Honor, and money." After helping out Murray, Judge Caprio asked for something in return. "I have other people who've sent in contributions. They're coming from all over the world. This is an anonymous, retired Los Angeles police officer from Corona, California, who says, 'I want to help somebody who's having a tough time. So, we're going to use his fund and another fund to pay for your fine. So, you're going to be all set.' Wow. We're going to release the boot. Wow. Thank you so much. That's more than generous." The judge genuinely believed that Murray would improve his situation and one day be in a position to help someone else. That's only half the battle, right? That's our part. You have to do your part. Yes. Yes. Your Honor. I won't be getting any more tickets. I don't care about you coming back here. That's not what I'm talking about. But you have to help somebody else. Yes. Then he revealed why he had so much faith in Maurice's character. There are an awful lot of people out there who have similar problems, and you are going to be in a situation to help them. Don't forget them. Yes, Your Honor. I remember that. Remember how you felt, right? Absolutely. So, you have to give back. Yes, Your Honor. Judge Caprio gave Murray a much-needed second chance. But what happened when he encountered a young fan in his courtroom? She'll say you are the judge that she saw on TV. That is Sophia, a 6-year-old whose mother was in court for an outstanding fine. Pretty good English, huh? How old are you? 5. Get up here. Come up here. After calling Sophia to the bench, Judge Caprio asked her a few questions. What is your name? Sophia. How old are you? 6. 6. You got old? You were a 5? She just turned 6. She was 5 when she was standing there. She's 6. What do you want to be when you get big? A farmer. A farmer. A farmer? What do you want to be? A farmer. Yes. You wanna feed people. You want to, huh? You want to raise food to feed people? That's fine. That's fine. I want to feed animals. You want to feed animals? Well, she has a good heart. She does. And that good heart was about to be put to the test. I have a problem. You want to help me? Yes. All right. Here's my problem. Call me over. Your mother has a ticket. That's $85. Don't you look at her. Look at me. Your mother has a ticket that's $85. Look at me. Don't look at your mother. Okay. Now, you're going to be honest. Okay. All right. Now, I can charge her $85, or I can charge her something less. So, should I give her a break and not charge her $85? Yes. And how much should I charge her, do you think? $100. And $100, the judge tried to explain to Sophia that she was raising her mother as fine. Well, the $100 is more than $85. So, I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 choices. I'll give you 2 choices. Okay, I can charge her $50, or I can charge her nothing. What should I charge her? $50. 50. Okay. It seems like Sophia wasn't ready to give her mother a break. She's a tough judge. It's a common core. Josh, she is a tough judge. Yes. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. Would it be okay with you if I charge her nothing? No. No. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is not helping me. In other words, you think she should pay, right? Yes. Okay. With each question, Sophia seemed more adamant to make her mom pay. I don't want to shatter her opinion of the judiciary. Maybe primera caene. Explain to her that if Mummy keep the money on her pocket, she can get a toy. Okay. What? I'm going to have your mommy talk to you, and then I'll ask you again. Okay. You want to talk to your daughter? Yes. See, if Mummy doesn't pay this because you know that Mom works a lot, then I will have some money and then we can get a little toy. You know what I mean? With that explanation, Sophia's mom had some hope of getting leniency from her. All right, should I charge her nothing, or should I charge her 20? 20. You know what? She's not helping. She is the good one. She didn't fall for that bribe in open court. Okay. I can tell you, she's going to be a good judge or a lawyer. I can tell you right now, every governor in the country is going to make you a judge because they like the way you think. The judge thanked Sophia for her help. Okay. I appreciate your help so much. Thank you for coming up and helping me. Okay. All right. You get back with your mummy. Thank you. Then he dismissed her mother's case anyway. I want you to understand, that we know how much you love your mommy and how much she loves you. So we're going to dismiss it. Gurubak, thank you, Your Honor. Thanks. You got a wonderful young lady there. Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks. She is a wonderful child. Thank you, Your Honor. Judge Caprio will be remembered for his kindness towards children, but also for the impression he left on adults. I wanted to say, never have I met a judge like you. That is Giovanni Cabrera, who appeared in Judge Caprio's court for multiple outstanding violations. Mr. Cabrera, you have 3 parking tickets. They're all overnight parking. And 1 school zone violation on Franken Street. He didn't seem particularly remorseful at first, but ultimately owned up to his mistake. So, let's take the speeding charts first. What do you want to tell me about that? Truthfully, I don't remember it. I was driving that day. I do remember when I got the notice. I was like, oh, that was me driving that day. That one I just got to take full responsibility for. I work in the school system, so I understand how serious it is. So I won't argue on that one. He told the judge that he worked as a youth program assistant. What do you do being a youth program assistant? What's that all about? So, youth programs assistant, I basically work closely with New Urban Arts to work with all the high school students in Providence. And I grew up going to New Urban Arts like after school program when I was in high school, and they changed my life, and so I continued, and I wanted to do the same. I wanted to give back to the community, and so now I work at Norban Arts and do the same. Judge Caprio went a layer deeper and asked Cabrera about his life before the program. Tell me about your life before and after you went to this program. So, I grew up in Providence in the South Side. That says a lot already. A lot of people have a lot of notions about Providence and what it is to grow up there. Before I started going to New Orleans in general, just after school programs, I was just in the streets, just like any other kid. I was in the streets, and my mom, who is a single mother and now is going through a deportation case currently. And once I went to Norban Arts, and I met the people there, I learned that there is something to do outside of just being like in the streets and all that. Like I learned how to produce. I learned piano. I'm a musician now and a producer, but I'm also a full-time artist. Bree's story impressed the judge. I'm very impressed with your background. Thank you. And how you turned your life around. Thank you. And you said something that struck home with me because you said you came from the South Side, and when you come from the South Side, people have a certain perception of you. Yeah, a lot of preconceptions. Then the judge revealed he too was once stereotyped because of where he came from. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I was working in a restaurant in downtown Providence when I was in college, right? And I was a counter boy, a counterman. I was making hamburgers and cooking and washing dishes and stuff. Lovely young lady came in, and she'd come in all the time. So I asked her for a date. She says, "You have to come in and meet my parents." I said, "Of course. How about you, sir?" And he says, "What's your name?" I told him. He says, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live in Providence." I saw it coming, right? He said, "Where in Providence?" I said, "I'm Bradford Street." He said, "Where's that?" And I said, "Federal Hill." And he said, "You're not taking my daughter out." Of course, and that was the end of my date. Judge Caprio and Cabrera bonded over being stereotyped. People got to let these notions go. Got to let it go. So when you said you're telling me about your situation, that people had certain thoughts about you, of course, then the judge lauded Cabrera for the work he had put in and how far he had come. I want to congratulate you for two things. Number one, turning your life around, and number two, trying to help others by paying it forward. Right, of course. Inspector Quinn, I think we should give him a special consideration here. None of these fines doubled. He takes full responsibility. I mean, it's $100. I'm going to dismiss it. Cabrera thanked the judge and told him that he was one of a kind. I appreciate it, and I wanted to say, never have I met a judge like you. And I've been in many courtrooms growing up for silly things. Not for bad things, for silly things. Growing up, but never met a judge or a person like you. You're amazing. And the judge has an equally heartfelt response. I don't do anything different than what I was taught to do by my parents, and that is treat everyone with dignity and respect and have some compassion for people. We're just doing what we think is right. Good luck to you. Thank you. Have a good day. Judge Caprio looked past the stereotypes and treated Cabrera with dignity. But how did he treat defendants who had trouble explaining himself? And it's like mad lights. I was confused but I was guilty in the case of this defendant who ran a red light and was caught on camera lights. Okay, what do you want to tell me about this, sir? In that location, it's like mad lights. I was confused but I was guilty. The answer cracked up. The judge, you're guilty. Yeah, and you rebutted was at that section, right? There is at Wells. And that got mad like lights? And I was confused. You got confused? Yes. Now, tell me, why were you confused? 'Cause there was too many lights. After giving the defendant 2 chances to explain himself, Judge Caprio offered the explanation on his behalf. Let me tell you why you were confused. Because there were 2 lanes of traffic. They're heading west on Otro Avenue. And in those 2 lanes of traffic, there were green lights for both lanes of traffic. But the light for the lane turning east was red. So you're coming down, and you see in your lane of traffic, you see a green light. In the other lane of traffic, which is not your lane of traffic, there's an arrow with a red light saying you can't make a left-hand turn. That's where you got confused. Then, giving the explanation that the defendant had failed to give, Judge Caprio asked for his confirmation. Is that right? Yes, sir. Beautiful explanation. See, I knew you'd get it straight. I just knew. I knew you had it in you. After that, he offered to surprise the defendant. And I'm going to tell you something else that's going to surprise you. Do you want to get surprised? Yes, sir. I agree with you that it is confusing. And I think that the traffic engineer, whether it be state or city, should straighten it out. Then he passionately argued on the defendant's behalf. In your lane of traffic, there's a green light. In the other lane of traffic, which is not your lane, there's a red arrow. I don't think the city can prevail on the burden of proof, which is clear and convincing evidence. You agree with that? Yes, sir. See, I knew he had a great argument. After doing all the work for the defendant, Judge Caprio jokingly complimented him. He came in well prepared today. I agree. It is confusing. All right, the matter is dismissed. Thank you. Judge Caprio helped out the defendant who couldn't articulate his argument. But how did he react when a defendant couldn't stop crying? Dry out those tears. I know. I'm sorry. That was Casey Ann Munoz, a working mom who appeared before Judge Caprio for running a red light. You have a red light violation on Eddie and Dudley? Yeah. You made a right-hand turn on red. Where were you going? De hospital. What's the matter? Going to the hospital. Listen, man. Munoz was speechless and kept looking at her phone. Is there something you want to show me? On her phone was a picture of her daughter taken at the hospital. She couldn't breathe. Right now. This is your daughter. Yeah, sorry. She was in the car. She couldn't breathe. That's what I just went through. Judge Caprio tried to put Munoz at ease. Dry up those tears. I know. I'm sorry. No, don't be sorry. I don't literally mean it. You can let the tears are out. If it's going to help you, you can flood us. We don't care. Then he asked her more about her daughter. What's her name? Za. Tell us about your little daughter, about Zalela. Yeah, that day she woke up with 102 fever. So we gave her some Powerade and some Benadryl. And about a half hour later, she just started swelling. As Munoz kept talking, she slipped up and admitted to more violations. So I just rushed. Honestly, didn't pay attention. So I did it. I know I did. I probably did. Probably did more than just that one. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Judge Caprio used that to pull Munoz's leg. Inspector Arquin and Inspector Carrion, I just want you to know I'm listening to everything you say, and by the time you finish, you're going to get a citation for 5 more offenses. Right? The officers join in on the fun as well. She was speeding on the way to the hospital to Inspector Quinn. Right. But that one failed to use directional speeding. Didn't brake properly. One-way street? Yes. Operate roadway. One way. It could have been. So she's confessing to everything. You know what, Church? I gotta get to, I'm sorry. There'll probably be one statute she didn't violate. No, I probably did them all. I'm not going to lie. I just went. After that, Judge Caprio started deliberating out loud. Well, I'm trying to think of an appropriate sentence. Inspector Quinn? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I don't know if incarceration is warranted in this case. That's when Inspector Quinn interjected, implying that Munoz should be charged with driving too slowly given her precious daughter's situation. Judge, I don't believe in the state of Rhode Island we can charge a violation for driving too slow. 'Cause I can assure you, if that was my child or my grandchild, that speed would have been a heck of a lot higher than that. Finally, the judge announced his verdict, which as always was incredibly generous. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay, first of all, it's not going to go on your driving record. Okay. All right. Second of all, I'm not going to obviously have you pay anything. All right. I think it's whatever monies you have. I think you should spend on your kids. Thank you. Okay. And thirdly, everyone in the courtroom and everyone with an ear is shot or view of this or has empathy and sympathy for you in these circumstances. As Inspector Quinn indicated, he would have been going around that corner on 2 wheels. Then the judge tried to find out how fast Munoz was going and agreed that she was surprisingly slow. Let's see how fast she was going. Anyway, let's see. At least 14 judges. That's why I was shocked. It was only 14 meters hour registered. That's all. Yep. Oh, I'm going to charge you for negligent mother. Oh. Judge Caprio used donor funds to satisfy Munoz's outstanding fine, but what did he do when a child agreed to have his mother sent to jail? Inspector Quid get the cuffs, like in the case of Katie Wallace, a mother of 5 who brought all her kids to court. Katie, that's all. Just that's it. Inspector Quinn. Judge, there were less kids in my freshman class. Arrest those 2 kids for wearing a hat in the courtroom. Yeah, especially the firefighter hat. Judge Caprio couldn't believe that all the kids belonged to Wallace. Katie, who are these kids? Where did you find them? Did you rent these kids outside? Unfortunately, they don't go back. So, no. After a few questions about the children, the judge asked Wallace to pick out the most talkative one, probably Alex. Where's Alex? Alex likes to talk. Where's Alex? Alex, raise your hand. Come on up here. Alex? Oh, you want to go say? Oh, yeah. Get up here. You want to go? Say, come on. This way. After Alex got on the bench, Judge Caprio asked if he could wear his hat. Stand right here. Can I wear your hat, can primero? Wear it. Oh, that's nice. Get over here. You want to be a judge? Say yes. Yes. All right. Alex appeared to be a lenient judge. Is your mother guilty or not guilty? Not. Take your hat back. When it came to sentencing, he was quite strict. Should we find her some money or should we let her go for nothing? Yes. What? Yes. Money? Yes. Money. Now, you come over here. Baby, how about $50? Guess and guess. How about $35 court cost? Yes. Then Judge Caprio raised the stakes. How about 5 days in jail? Yes. Inspector Quinn, get the cuff. Inspector Quinn tried his luck as well. How about a raise for Inspector Quinn? But no. I can't win. Finally, the judge made Alex deliver the verdict by repeating after him. All right. Here's what I want you to say. Say, my mom was doing 1 mile over the limit. Say that my mom was doing 1 mile over the limit, and I think you should dismiss this case. And I think you would just miss this case. This kid's good. Yeah. No verdict is final without the drop of the gavel. Give me the gavel. I want you to pay this. Dismissed. What? That case dismissed. Case dismissed. Okay. Then the judge clarified his verdict more formally. All right, Katie. You were 1 mile over the limit. I'm going to dismiss the case. Thank you, Your Honor, and congratulations on having such a beautiful family. Thank you. And when the kids were too slow to move, he jokingly shooed them away. Go that way. I'm going to go up. Oh, I don't think you're going to go up. I think get him out of here. Judge Caprio went easy on Katie because she had a minor violation. But how did he react to a driver with multiple violations? What are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you? Like in the case of Gladys Rodriguez, who appeared before Judge Caprio with 9 traffic violations. Look at this innocent little girl, Inspector Quinn. She has 9 violations, 9 red lights and speeding. Gladys, what do you do? Do you work? Yes, I work for a staffing agency. I'm a recruiter. Gladys had already teed up, and for a good reason. My explanation to those tickets. I dealt, with a domestic violence relationship. I ate a lot of those legs running away from somebody that used to chase me with my daughter. Judge Caprio asked Gladys about her daughter. How old is your daughter? 9. She living with you? Yeah. She's in school right now. She was what? She's in school right now. She's in school right now. You only have 1 child. Yeah. And to save that child, Gladys had gone through 9 red lights. I'm trying to determine why you would go through 9 red lights. Okay. I mean, were you being pursued by somebody, or were you just... While the judge was asking Gladys these questions, his officer was busy verifying the information. Judge Denny checked on that. He said there was a couple reports or something that there was some damage done to a vehicle and stuff like that, but he doesn't think all of them. So Gladys's story did not account for all the violations, but she was telling the truth about trying to get away from a violent situation. All right, Gladys. We are very sensitive to matters involving personal safety, particularly people who are being stalked for whatever reason. And that's very personal with you, so we're not going to get into that at all. Then he mentioned that many of the violations were not directly related to Bing. Chassid. Many of these were not related to anything else except that you violated the traffic laws. Okay, and some maybe because of a state of mind that you could have had some effect on your driving, but certainly not all of these. Okay? And there are several of them. In other words, Gladys's fines could not be dismissed. But that didn't mean she had to pay them. I'm going to now inquire into your ability to pay these fines. Okay? So, are you working? Yes. What do you do? I'm a recruiter for a staffing agency. Okay. And how you have one child? Ma'am Gladys had proven that she had the ability to pay the fines, but Judge Caprio decided to help her out. I can understand you're going through some difficulty in life. We're going to try to help you out. Okay. There are in this country, in this world, some very generous people, and some very compassionate and understanding people. And one of those people was Wissoff Baraz from Kingston, Pennsylvania. And he sent me a check for $100 asking that I use this, exercising my discretion, but that I do it by exercising some compassion and empathy. Okay, so I'm going to use that $100 to help pay your fine. Your fine is going to be a total of $350. Judge Caprio used funds from other donors to further reduce the burden on Gladys. So I'm going to use those 3 checks, and that comes to $225. So you're going to owe $125. Okay. Can I give you a hug? Come on up. Here. Grateful for his generosity, Gladys went up to the bench to give Judge Caprio a hug. Relax. You feel better now? You'll be fine. Okay. Can you afford the $125? Even when he had no room to dismiss charges, Judge Caprio made things easy for his defendants. But his most memorable moment was when the defendants kept making things harder for themselves. You go through this every day. Yes, Your Honor. That is Linda Fields and her husband, whom she threw under the bus within seconds of appearing before the judge. This is my wonderful husband. I got the ticket. He was driving my car. I'm not guilty. Oh, he is. Linda came prepared. Let me explain what happened. I can't. I get the ticket in the mail and I go, "What's this?" He says, "Just pay it." I said, "What happened?" He says, "I'm at the corner of Eddy and Dudley, and I turn right on the yellow light." I said, "You went through a yellow light." He says, "Yeah." I said, "I'm not paying it. We're going to fight this." And Linda had come looking for that fight. You have to fight him. Yeah. So anyway, our son was in the hospital. Had a very bad car accident, and he was going there 3 times a day. So I said, "We're going to fight this." But then she found out that her husband had lied to her. So Wednesday, we looked at the video for the first time, and I said, "You went through it." And so that's where we stand. The judge couldn't believe that Linda had come to court just to have her husband punished. So you came here today to tell me he's guilty. I'm not guilty. The ticket's in my name. I'm not guilty. No, I understand that. I said, "But you came here today to tell me he's guilty." So, the first thing you did was throw him under the bus. I'm not throwing myself under. You know, the judge asked her a second time to be sure. So, you think he's really guilty, huh? When I looked at that video, if I was a policeman, I would say he was guilty. Guilty? Me too. But after a few seconds, she cut him some slack. It was a little bit close. A little bit close. I want you to assume that you're a policeman right now. Okay. You're wearing Inspector Quinn's badge. Okay. Okay. Then he pulled up the face sheet that mentioned the exact time and duration of the violation. Let's see the face sheet, please. See where it says red time? She's going to put an arrow there. 3 says 3. You know what that means? No. That means he went through the light when it was red. For 3/10 of a second. Oh, 310. So, it was close. Linda had flipped from guilty to not guilty. Well, it just said he's definitely guilty. I'm trying to explain to you. Now I'm 310 of a second. That's not much. All right. Now, let me finish. Okay. You go through this every day. Yes, Your Honor, we've been happily married for 43 years. Right? Yes. They are. The Fields' comedic timing was undeniable, but Judge Caprio wasn't one to be left behind. When my wife and I meet people, usually they'll say, "How long you've been married?" And I say, "We've been happily married for 5 years." Now, my wife is young, much younger looking than I am, but even though, so they say, "Oh, you've been happily married for 5 years. Is she your second or third wife?" I said, "Oh, no. We've been married 50 years. We've been happily married for 5. After that, he gave Linda the chance to judge her husband. Well, here's the deal. You're the judge, and the statute that set up this offense, right, allows 2/10 of a second to get through the light, and they don't charge you. Okay. Missed it by 1/1. And now, how do you handle this case? It's 3/10 of a second. The decision was up to Linda. You give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Or do you say, hey, 3/10, pay the fine? What do you? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, 'cause it's your husband. Take me to dinner. Oh, that's the deal. The judge then turned to Mr. Fields. Well, I have to agree with her. Your Honor, you have to. It's been my custom. It has been my policy in the fact, without the city coming in and proving the calibration. One thinks the difference between 2/10 of a second and 3/10 of a second is so small, right, that I usually give the benefit of the doubt, right, particularly when they come in with some high-power defense like you. Linda reminded the judge that the dinner wasn't on him. You don't have to take me to dinner. No. I'm not going to take you to dinner. Okay. I've been happily married for 5 years. Matter is dismissed. Thank you very much. Laughter, tears, and deep belief in second chances were the core tenets of Judge Caprio's courtroom. He will forever be remembered for his generosity and unwavering belief in the goodness of